Hi, Rafael.
Hi, Monica. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being with us at Temple of Geek today. I really appreciate it. So I want to say congratulations on the show. It's been so fun and heartwarming to watch. The first thing I want to ask you is what's it been like for you coming from more dramatic roles to playing a much more lighthearted character?
Well, it's been really fun. I know that people tend to think of me more of a dramatic actor because of my resume, and that's great and all. But not a lot of people know that I started in comedy. I started in comedy on stage. I never had the chance to do it on TV or on film. Comedy is something that I've always wanted to do. I think I'm good at. I just never had the chance to.
You're hilarious.
Oh, thank you. I never had the chance to showcase it. So I'm very happy that Acapulco came along because it gave me my first opportunity to do comedy on screen with some great actors, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole cast is really great.
Yeah. And also, by the way, let me just say, doing it in a show with Eugenio Derbez, who is someone that I've admired and follow since I was a teenager. So, yeah.
Yeah, that has to be exciting for sure. Yeah. So your character Hector, he's been a lot of fun to watch on screen. What are some of the things that you like the most about your character?
I mean, it'll be hard to say. Look, every character that I portray emanates from me. So it starts and it ends with me. There are a lot of things that I like from him that I connect with. I'd say that I connect with the way, I connect with how unapologetic he is about who he is. And I like his self-confidence in always pushing forward and fighting for what he wants in his life. He has no fear of speaking up.
Right. And then his character's not necessarily like a bad guy or anything. He's got a lot of work ethic.
100%. I also think judging a character bad or good, who's to say? I feel like where there's darkness, there's light, and one doesn't exist without the other. So I'm interested in portraying characters that are multi-layered and that are human. And that's what I tried to do. I wasn't trying to portray a bad guy or a good guy. Look, we all have different layers to ourselves. So why do we act a specific way? Why is Hector acting in a specific way? He has his reasons. Whether we want to judge them or not, that's up to the audience. That's up to the public. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that Acapulco does really well is show those gray areas and that people are just so complex. They're not, like you said, one layer. Now that the show has been on air, what has people's reactions been to your character?
Well, I've been getting a lot of Instagram messages. People are having a lot of fun, first of all, with the show. I think people are connecting with the success story that Acapulco is bringing into the screen. I think it showcases Hispanics and Latinos in a different light. Up until now, I have a feeling that Hollywood tends to portray Latinos and Hispanic in a very different light than Acapulco does. And the fact that it's showcasing Latinos as, people that have aspirations and motivations. And I think it's something that people are connecting. I'm getting a lot of thank you messages on Instagram and on Twitter. And when it comes to Hector in particular, they're just saying they're having a lot of fun with it. They say, I love you, but I hate you. And I'm like, at least I'm creating something within you. I'm lighting something inside of you. There's that fire that I'm creating. So I'm just happy to look. I want to tell stories, and I'm moved by stories, and I'm happy that people are being moved. So if I'm able to touch someone's heart and like make them laugh or cry or hate me or love me, that's to me, that's a win already. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think it's fair and it's a credit to your acting. So I think that's a good thing. And then you talked a little bit about, the way that Latinos are shown in the light, in this type of light on the show. How important is it to you that we have more shows like this?
Well, I think it's very important to have more shows like this, obviously, but I also think it's a no-brainer, Monica. We're in 2021, and I believe that it's important for big streamers, big platforms, production companies to just portray the world as it is and understand that when you tell a local story, it can also be global. Acapulco has a very universal theme. I've been in Hollywood for 10 years. I'm blessed and thankful to be working here. I love Hollywood. I love the stories that come from Hollywood. But I do have to say that sometimes it just becomes a little monotonous when all we see Latinos represented in our stories about border or about the border or about drugs and narcos. I feel like that is part of our culture. Yes, it's part of our history. But we have so many other stories that are so beautiful, and that for some reason Hollywood chooses not to tell them. So I feel like it'd be nice if we could, shift the focus a little bit and just let's tell other stories.
I think that's what's so refreshing about watching the show. It's lighthearted, it's funny, and I think it's a show for everybody. Yeah. Even though it's, a Latino Mexican-based show, I still think it feels like it's for everybody.
I agree. And let me just say, because I feel like Hollywood is really keen on diversity and authenticity right now. And I feel like we should keep pushing for that. I wish Hollywood wouldn't always mistake authenticity with accuracy. You can still be authentic without being accurate, and I would just like to leave you with that too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And it was really great to, watch you on Acapulco, and I hope more people tune in.
Monica, thank you so much. I've actually been reading Temple of Geek for a while. So thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And anytime, anything, you know where to find me. I'm here for you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Yep. You too.